Mario Kart 8!
It is time once again for our semi-quarterly reunion with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's not exactly quarterly, it doesn't line up that neatly, but it's roughly three times per year so far. I guess I guess we use a trimester system of dividing up the year. I don't know. Who cares? Point is, a couple times per year we come back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to play the new booster I combine course and pass. I haven't recorded a gaming video in a very long time, just so you know. The last thing I recorded, I think, was late April, early May. I don't even know at this point. It was the last episode that I released of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, so it has been a while since I've recorded a video of this caliber. But for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I gotta make an exception. I can't stay away from this game. Not when there's brand new courses to play, and especially not when I've been told that I'm going to really love this one. And I have a feeling as to why, because there's one course, I've stayed blind to all courses except for two of them, and one that I know isn't in it, so I can get into that as we go through. But yeah, it's time for more Booster Pass. The Wave 5 came out last night, and, well, I say last night as the time of you're watching this video. If you're watching it the day it releases today, I'm recording it, it's, as you might have seen, 10:20 p.m. at night, so it just came out, like, not that long ago. Someone on the Discord server mentioned they were downloading it, so I'm like, alright, guess it's time to download it, and then I did, so let's go, it's ready. We're ready to jump in, we're gonna play, as we've done for the other bonus courses, we're gonna play through both cups, both new cups. I don't know what they're called, I never know what they're called until I actually start playing them, but the two new cups that have been released with this update, we'll be playing those, and also, we got three new characters. We got Petey Piranha, Wiggler, and Kamek. I've always called this character Magic Koopa, but apparently the rest of the world calls them Kamek. I'm going to call you Magic Koopa, sorry. I'm also not gonna, we can only use two of these characters, because obviously there's only two cups to use, so who's gonna get the cut? The answer is you, because you're the least interesting of these three. We'll use Petey Piranha, and we'll use Wiggler, who looks a little jank. I don't know, the model looks a little strange. Maybe it's just because it's in the sports coupe, which makes it look more jarring, but like it's the pristine shiny model of the car does not jive that well with the somewhat off model. Like the model of Wiggler doesn't look as clean and polished as the model of the car, is what I'm saying. Anyway, Petey Piranha, let's use you. I choose you. And should I just keep this the same? Sure, you know, let's just, I just want to get into it. I don't want to mess around with the settings too much. Okay, so the two new cups are the Feather Cup and the Double Cherry Cup, it looks like. So, whatever they actually call it, I don't know. Anyway, alright, so let's see. Time for the grand reveal. The tracks are Athens Dash from Mario Kart Tour, Daisy Cruiser from Double Dash, and that's the one, I knew Daisy Cruiser was going to be in here, and I love Daisy Cruiser. It's one of my all-time favorite Mario Kart courses, so I'm very, very happy to see that it's here. And then immediately next to it is, Moonview Highway, my ancient enemy. Because of all the Wii courses they brought back, they chose the worst one. You know, you could have brought back Toad Factory. That was a choice you had. You could have brought that back and no one would have complained at all. Instead, you brought back the Spawn of Satan, which is the Moonview Highway, which I hate this course with a fiery passion. And then Squeaky Clean Sprint, knew about that one because that's the one that showed off during the Direct, which is the bathroom course, which looked pretty cool from what we saw. I'm excited to actually experience it in its full. And then sorry, this is the one I wasn't confident about. I was thinking, is this going to be called the Feather Cup, or is this an item from one of the games? I don't know. No, it's just called the Feather Cup. I thought this one would be called Double Cherry Cup. No, it's just called the Cherry Cup. Anyway, this one has Los Angeles Laps from Mario Kart Tour, just from that image alone. Looks great. Sunset Wilds from Super Circuit. Gonna be honest, Super Circuit's kind of a blur in my head. I remember being really happy with one of the courses having a day-night cycle. I don't know if it was Sunset Wilds or not. Sunset Wilds seems familiar, so maybe it was. Anyway, they've done a great job transforming all the Super Circuit courses we played up until this point. A special highlight, Boo Lake. Love Boo Lake. All the tracks in Super Circuit are so one-note and simplistic and kind of lame, but they have radically transformed them all for this game, and it is amazing to see. So I have no doubts that they'll do the same for Sunset Wilds. Koopa Cape is here, okay? You redeem yourself slightly. You kind of dropped the ball colossally with Moonview Highway, but I'm happy to see that you've made it up a little bit with Koopa Cape. And then Vancouver Velocity, well, just I can't speak to the Tour Cups. I haven't played any of the. I've never played Mario Kart Tour. So the nice thing about this is that the vast majority of this booster pass has been all new for me, because I've never played Tour. So Athens Dash, Los Angeles Laps, Vancouver Velocity, that's all new. The GBA courses may as well be brand spanking new because they're so completely different from what they are in Super Circuit. And the rest of them are ones I actually know and love, those being Daisy Cruiser, we don't talk about Moonview Highway, and Koopa Cape. So yeah, I'm excited. Enough wasting your time, let's jump into the Feather Cup. Here we go. So, the first thing I thought of when this course loaded in was the Hercules level from Kingdom Hearts 3. Just because one of the first areas you explore in that game is a very desolate wasteland, to put it lightly, where you're just kind of going through. It's a very gray, dry level that's been burned out by the conflicts of Hercules, and yeah, it's not. It wasn't the best tone setter, I guess, for to start up the game. But then again, I'm not exactly a Kingdom Hearts fan in the first place. I'm only really, I was there for the Toy Story world, the Monsters Inc. world, the Tangled world, and maybe Big Hero 6. I'm not sure if that one was all that appealing to me. Oh, I guess it's also Frozen, but the Frozen world ended up being just like, hey, do you remember Let It Go? What if we recreated Let It Go in Kingdom Hearts 3, beat for beat, shot for shot, and then that's what they did, and then, I mean, that's pretty much all that. Whatever, I'm not going to turn this into a Kingdom Hearts 3 rant. I feel like enough people have done that already. Although, honestly, the things that the rest of the world dislikes about Kingdom Hearts 3 are probably not things that I dislike about Kingdom Hearts 3, because the vast majority of the criticism I see directed at that game is towards the story, which I can't comment on, because I have no idea what the story is in that game. I didn't play any of the other Kingdom Hearts games prior to playing 3, so I had, like, a Spark Notes summary in my head of vaguely what might have sort of happened at some point. Also, I didn't intend for that shortcut to be taken, but the Titans above granted me a mushroom at the absolute perfect moment, and so the shortcut was taken. Now, can I not screw it up and actually win this race? Because I was kind of floundering a bit there. Okay, you know what? That pulled that together at the last second. Jesus, things were not looking good for a while there. But then the Titans smiled down upon me, granted me a mushroom right in front of a shortcut, and then I took it. That's the kind of contrived writing I would criticize in something like Dial of Destiny, which is a very shit movie, in case you didn't know. Dial of Destiny sucks so bad. Anyway, thoughts on that track? It was great. You know I'm always a sucker for 3-section courses rather than 3-lap courses. Feels more like an adventure, as I like to put it. And I also like the verticality of that. You were constantly going up and down ramps, flying, going to the top of the city all the way down to the bottom. That was, like that one a lot. And the aesthetic was definitely a lot more appealing than that level from Kingdom Hearts 3 was. But to kind of cap off what I was talking about with that, instead of going off into a Kingdom Hearts 3 rant again. Most people don't like the story for reasons I genuinely don't know, because I haven't bothered to look into it, nor would I probably understand, because I don't have any context for the story of Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know. I think the consensus in the game is that people like the gameplay, they just don't like the story, which, fair, I can't comment on it, I'll take your word for it. But as someone who just wanted to run around in Disney worlds that he loved with action RPG combat, I was pretty satisfied. In fact, I was so satisfied that as soon as I got through all the Disney worlds I cared about, I stopped playing the game, and I never actually made it to the final boss, because the final stretch of the game, there are no Disney worlds. It's just running through the main story, like Xehanort and the Heartless and whatever the hell, I don't care. So yeah, not exactly something I was interested in continuing. Remember when I said I wasn't going to turn this into a Kingdom Hearts 3 rant? Well, how'd that turn out? Anyway, this course is amazing. I absolutely adore it. It's been over a year since I've played it last, because it's been over a year since I played Double Dash, which I gotta be honest is kind of scary to think about. That much time has passed in what feels like no time at all. But the improvements, excuse me, Mr. Clam, I didn't appreciate that. Obviously, underwater section, just gotta love that. Any addition, any little change you can make to spruce up for this version is awesome. But beyond that, it's same track with enhanced visuals, same awesome music, same awesome atmosphere, and I love it just as much as I did back then, if not more, because it's just the same with better additions. And if there were any changes made to the layout, I wouldn't be the one to spot it, because I only ever raced on this track last year when I played Double Dash, so yeah, there's that. Okay, credit where credit's due, this looks stunning. Like, the intro shot of Moonview Highway never really rubbed me the right way, and it was very off-putting. I never, the atmosphere of this level would never really jive me all the while. I was never a fan of it. But that opening shot in this version set the tone perfectly. I absolutely love the moonlight, how it shivers off the city. That looked absolutely gorgeous. I also love the neon lighting in this tunnel. Also, the cars are, like, not annoying now? Wait, did they actually make this course good? Okay. I'll accept that, because beyond the fact that the cars kept running me over, because with Toad's Turnpike, apparently a lot of people hate Toad's Turnpike, but they love this one for some reason. Don't know why. Toad's Turnpike was a lot easier to navigate in terms of not getting crushed by the stupid cars on at least on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, specifically in this version, I should say. And also there's the whole being able to, on this version of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you'd also glide on top of trucks, so that's a nice addition. But also, beyond that, in Moonview Highway, I wasn't a fan of it aesthetically. I didn't like the general color palette of it, but this, like, that is beautiful. I could just park on the side of the highway right here and just stare out onto the shoreline and just be satisfied with that alone. That looks legitimately amazing. So, okay. Do I actually like Moonview Highway now? I might. This was always, thinking about it, it probably was my least favorite track in Mario Kart Wii. Out of all the new cups, or all the new tracks, I don't think there's one that I dislike more. I don't love Dry Ruins, but at least the sand temple is pretty interesting. I like the rising tension of the sand as each lap goes by. Whereas this one I've never liked, but in this version, I actually didn't hate that. That was actually fun, and it looks visually appealing, which is especially noteworthy to call out because of how much the graphics got raked over the coals in the first two waves of this booster pass. So, seems like Nintendo's really got their game together with this. Although I will say, the texture work in the Athens one, there's a couple textures that look a little... I didn't want to call it out because I feel like you guys are sick of hearing me talk about graphics, but since it came up naturally anyway. There were a couple textures in the Athens Dash one that was like, it doesn't look super polished, it looks a little, but nothing like what you saw in Wave 1. And this is just the polar opposite of it in every way. Even though I still stand by that Wiggler's model and even Petey's to a lesser extent looks not quite on par with the rest of the cast. In stark contrast, however, the texture work on the toiletries that were lining the side of the starting position, those were incredibly detailed. Like that tennis ball back there, this all looks very detailed, and already this looks, I feel like I'm gonna love this one. This feels like a grand scale adventure with how far and how the range at which we're gonna be crossing over across this bathroom, up and down and all around this. Okay, yeah, feel like I'm gonna like this one. Ow, that was very rude, King Boo. Is this because actually, I was gonna make a reference to, something I said about King Boo in the Mario commentary that my friends and I recorded, but that's not out yet, so I can't do that. But tell you what, when it eventually comes out, come back to this video, and you'll probably be able to tell what I was about to say about King Boo, because I say something about him in that one that could be derived as being a little bit mean-spirited, but, you know, it's not my fault. The animators are the ones that decided to do him dirty like that. Anyway, instead of talking about something that no one's gonna get for probably a couple more months now, let's focus on this track, which I'll admit, I was kind of expecting this to be another 3-section course, rather than a 3-lap course. A little disappointed that's not the case, but it's still... Oh, we can go up here. Okay, that's neat. That's neat. They immediately brought back some good faith there, because I was hoping it would be 3-section, but it's not. But it doesn't really need to be, because the 3 laps are expensive enough as they are, with how just verticality is a big thing that I mentioned in Athens Dash, that you're always going up and down and all around throughout the city, and it's kind of the same feeling here, going in the pipes, out, up and down, blasting up the water jets, and multiple pathways you can take. So yeah, I can say, I'm a big fan. I also like the fan right there, that actually, because I was wondering, like, why is my drifting a little off kilter to what I'm used to? And then I looked and I saw, oh, there's a giant fan there. That's probably why. Also, I'm gonna be very annoyed if I don't. Okay, I was very worried there that I was gonna blow the gold star or the triple star ranking at the last possible minute there, but I didn't, which is good, because I would rather than have to replay these, even though I've been loving the courses so far. Don't typically want to replay them over and over again in the span of a very short period of time trying to triple star rank them. So ideally, I'd like to be able to knock them both out in this video right here. But yeah, that was definitely the new courses where they really get to flex the muscles and really embrace things like the gliding and just the full scope of what Mario Kart Deluxe has to offer. That's where it shines the best, and that is what that course was. The general layout actually kind of reminds me of Sky High Sunday in a way, which isn't a bad thing. It did remind me, but I'd say this was way better than Sky High Sunday. Because Sky High Sunday is visually appealing and definitely engaging in terms of the layout, but it also is relatively straightforward outside of a couple instances where the track bifurcates, whereas this was a whole other level of integrating all the water jets and the fans and the multiple levels and going onto the pipes. This is a blast. Literally in some cases. I'd say your wave results were a good start if I come away from Moonview Highway saying that was good. That's a feat, because I have been very vocal on how much I hated Moonview Highway in Mario Kart Wii, and I have ever since I was a kid. And I actually liked it this time around, so that's cool. Alright, not done yet though. We've still got to do the 200cc Cherry Cup featuring Wiggler, who still looks kind of jank. And should we mix things up? I think I want to get more acceleration in there, because the one thing that was kind of slowing me down was the weak acceleration. So let's go for... Let's do some Mercedes advertisement, why not? And that works. Wiggler in a little pirate ship, that's adorable. Okay. Now, Cherry Cup. Let's, Los Angeles Laps I think I'm gonna like. If you know anything about me, you know I love beach environments. My absolute favorite atmosphere in any video game is always, I love beach environments. I love them so much, and that looks like a very tropical paradise, so that looks interesting. And Koopa Cape, I know I'm gonna like probably. Vancouver Velocity probably has potential, and Sunset Wilds, if it's the one I'm thinking of, might like as well. Let's see. just from looking at the track layout on the map right there, that I feel like this is going to be right up my alley. Already, actually, aesthetically, it kind of reminds me of the Surf and Turf DLC from Overcooked, which I know is like, it probably reminds you of a bunch of other stuff because obviously it's a beach environment, so it has a pretty universal look to it. But specifically, the art style here kind of definitely gives me vibes from the Surf and Turf DLC, if that's even what it's called. I think that's what it's called. I don't know for sure if it's whatever the summertime beach DLC was for Overcooked 2 is what it reminds me of. And yeah, so it looks like we're going up. Oh my lord, up we go. Oh hey, I don't know if that's a Super Sluggers reference, but the first thing I thought of when I saw that was Mario Super Sluggers, which I played a lot as a kid. I loved it as a kid. And I'm kind of contemplating doing a stream one day where I revisit it, just because I haven't, well, I was going to say I haven't played it as an adult. That's not true. I actually played it very recently, back in May, when my cousin came down to visit. That was the game that he and I played a lot. He has even more nostalgic attachment to it than I do, because we played it so much together when we were kids. So, that's because I brought a bunch of Wii games over that he wanted to play. I showed him my whole collection, I sent him pictures, I said, get whatever games you want. And the ones he wanted more than anything else were New Super Mario Bros. Wii and Mario Super Sluggers, 2 games we played religiously as kids. And yeah, so I played it recently, but not for very long, just because we had so many other things we wanted to do. But we did play it. And what I specifically remember doing a lot as a kid is challenge mode, where you go around all the different, you can walk around all the different levels. You can walk around Mario Kart Stadium and Peach's Ice Gardens, which actually I believe the gardens had a little puzzle mechanic to it. We had to navigate the maze. The Wario one, DK Jungle, you could navigate all these places, and you built up your roster to unlock more characters. You could eventually unlock the Bowser Stadium, Bowser Jr. Stadium, and there's a bit of a story to it. I remember playing that a lot as a kid. I loved it. And I might revisit it on stream one day just to see if it holds up as well as I think it does. Because I gotta be honest, actually I'll save this to the next race. In conclusion, that was just as fun as I expected it to be. Great atmosphere, great layout, taking you through the city, zooming over the stadium. 2 thumbs up, loved it a lot. Something else I love atmospherically is sunsets in any game. In real life and in games, being able to watch the sunrise or sunset is it coats the world in such a beautiful hue that I absolutely adore looking at. And looks even better in this game than I could have imagined it looking. Anyway, I revisited Super Sluggers, we played it, and I didn't like it quite as much as an adult as I liked it as a kid. I think I kind of forgot how busted some of those stupid all-star moves. So Bowser, in case you haven't played the game, or if you haven't played it in a while, every character has an all-star thing where they can do a special move while they're batting or pitching to basically guarantee you a free hit. But the pitchers have it especially bad because Bowser Jr. coats the screen in paint and makes it basically impossible for you to be able to discern what's actually going on, like when he's throwing the ball and when he's not. So it's a process, and a lot of characters have annoying things like that. But the actual part of building a team and figuring out where best to put everybody to build the best team chemistry and enhance your success to the maximum, that was all as good as I remembered it being. And I think the thing I'm probably gonna revisit on stream one day, hopefully sometime this year, just to check out challenge mode and see how it holds up. But yeah, I don't even know if that was intended to be a Super Sluggers reference. The stadium really looked like it, so maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. But that's what it reminded me of, so I figured I could use it as a springboard to talk about that game regardless. Also, I don't think we're going to be winning this because the finish line's right there. Unless I get really lucky with this drift and I can get ahead of them both, which maybe... Okay, we got really lucky. We got really, really lucky. Admittedly, actually wasn't too impressed with this one. It might, not just because I don't think this is the one I was thinking, because there was one in Super Circuit I remember being impressed with the day-night cycle. I thought it was this one. I guess it wasn't, because, or if it was, they didn't carry over the day-night cycle changing, but the layout was pretty standard. And of course, not every SNES or Super Circuit track has to have the radical transformation that things like Boo Lake did, but it's nice to see. Even in the Mario Circuit one, in the I think it's the Shell Cup in the base game, how it has that one corner that's lifted up and it's suspended in the sky. Like that's a simple change where you're going going around the same curve. You're just going up into the sky first before you make the curve, but it's still something. Whereas this one didn't quite have anything like that, which is unfortunate, but still fun. And on going back to textures a bit, the shoreline looks beautiful. Skyblock, gotta be honest, I thought I clipped through the wall there for a second. I think I just went over the edge, but it looked for a moment like I clipped through it, but I don't think that's what actually happened there. On the subject of textures, Skyline looks beautiful, Skybox looks beautiful, shoreline looks beautiful, water looks nice. Can't say I'm a fan of the general lighting of that section or the textures on the rock surface. Down here everything looks fantastic. Down here everything looks absolutely stellar. Oh well, I say that and then I pause to look at some of the details. See, that's the other thing. It's possible that some of the textures that I've been saying look great might not look all that great if you actually pause to slow down and look at them. But in motion they looked fine, whereas here they did not look like, just at face value, the rock textures here are not quite as polished as I would like to see them, and I just don't. The lighting here looks, I can't put my finger on it, but it felt, I liked the sort of darker tone that the original Mario Kart Wii Koopa Cape had going for it. This feels a bit too bright for my liking. That makes sense, but down here it looks fine. This is definitely the best. This underwater section is the best part of this. The opening section is all right. The middle chunk, can't say I'm a fan. I didn't expect to come away from this thinking that Moonview Highway was translated better than this was, but also you really got to brake hard on that corner. So I can't confirm. I did not clip through the thing there. I just was going so fast that I hurled myself over the edge of it, and it looked like I clipped through it. So when you're on True NCC, you really gotta slam on the brakes to make sure you don't fly over the edge there, because you can, very evidently, quite easily fly off the edge and not be able to do much about it. Oh no, my lord, that was not what I wanted to do. I hope I don't lose because of that. I hope I don't lose because of that one mistake right there. That would be highly unfortunate. Knowing me, I'm gonna get all the way to the end. I'm gonna have place first in everything except Vancouver Velocity, and then I'm gonna want to break my controller. That's probably what's gonna happen here. Alright, yeah, so I guess I haven't been as impressed with this one so far as I was with the Feather Cup. Los Angeles Labs was cool, but kind of disappointed to see how Koopa Cape was translated, gotta be honest. Well, already this definitely gives me vibes of Singapore Speedway, which was among my all-time favorites in the booster course as a whole. So that is oh wow, okay, yeah, this is awesome. Already we've been through across the suspension. Oh my good lord. Okay, apparently. Oh my lord. Wait, I feel like I didn't hit a wall there. I feel like the game might have put an invisible box. I don't think I actually bumped into anything. I think the game let me off with a warning there, because I feel like I was supposed to actually fly off the edge, but I didn't. Okay, so what I was trying to say there in my mad scramble was that we went through a lot of different types of areas. We went across the suspension bridge, went up through the cave, through a snowy mountain pass, through the town. Went so many different types of environments. And now we're going to the park. This is the stuff I love to see. Part of the reasons why I love 3-section courses so much, like Mount Wario, is because you are able to go through such a visually oh my god, now we're going through, oh my god! Now we're going through an ice skating arena, okay. So apparently what happened is that they heard me, like, criticize Sunset Wilds and Scuba Cave and not be too happy with how they were playing out, and they're like, alright, well, we gotta bring out the big guns, we gotta save the best for last, and throw literally every possible, oh, of course, bats in the tunnel, how great, every possible atmosphere we can for this section. Alright, this is gonna be among my favorites, I think. This is awesome. If I even sound coherent, I feel like I sound just as incoherent as I did when I played Singapore Speedway for the first time. But what I'm trying to say is that so many different types of environments that we went through all the course of those 3 laps. The snowy pass, the park, the ice skating rink through the town itself, the cave, that was amazing. I need to replay Singapore Speedway, but that one might be, I might like this more than Singapore Speedway. Even if it felt a bit shorter, the third lap especially, the third lap was a bit of a letdown, I guess. The first two definitely felt stronger, but okay. You will lose me for a bit in the middle there, but you rescued yourselves right at the end. Also, is this the first time for these bonus episodes that I've been able to triple star rank them both on my first try? I feel like I've had to go back for at least the last 2. I feel like I don't remember. It's been a while since I've recorded all those. I don't know if I've had a flawless run for any of the other ones, but I seem to remember having to replay them at least once for each of them. Anyway, final thoughts here. You know what? I'll pick. I'm not gonna play as you, but I'll pick you just to say that I did it. Closing thoughts on this one. So, Feather Cup was amazing. Feather Cup had not a single miss. Cherry Cup started great and ended great. Ended really great. I had a feeling just from looking at the preview image of like the thumbnail of Vancouver Velocity. I was like, that looks good. That just something about it that was giving me a vibe. I had a feeling. You could say that I intuited that it was going to be on my alley probably because it reminded me of Singapore Speedway from that. And I think I got a similar feeling when I played Singapore Speedway for the first time. But so yeah, this one had kind of like a Justice for All has 2 crap cases and 2 amazing cases. This one has 2 amazing courses and 2 decent to disappointing courses, I guess. Whereas this one was just bangers all throughout. So now the question is, where do I rank this among the other waves? Because previously the order was waves 1 through 3 got better and better as they went along. Wave 4, I think I still prefer wave 3 to because like wave 3 is just perfect. It's perfect. We got Boo Lake, we got Maple Treeway, we got Rock Mountain, Merry Mountain, 3DS Rainbow Road, Peach Gardens, Berlin Byways, and I mean this one. Like, why did you put in Mario Circuit? That just seems like such a strange choice. I also wasn't too big on Bangkok Rush, I don't think, and Waluigi Stadium is just like, But, you know, it's just, I mean, it's not to say it was bad. I think I'd probably still, I don't know, I need to think more about it. I mean, obviously, Wave 1 is in last place of all of them. But, I mean, the thing is, whichever one's in last place is still a great wave that I had a lot of fun playing. It's just hard to... This is the problem when you have just consistent quality all throughout. It's hard to delineate the quality between them. Gun to my head, if I had to rank them, I would probably say... I think I'd go... Well, before this point, it would have been 3, 4... 2, 1. 2 and 4 can trade punches with each other as to where they stand. And Wave 5, if it were just for the Feather Cup, it probably would have accelerated to the top. But this one brought it down a little bit, so I think I'll go 3-5-2 or 3-5-4-2-1. But again, 4 and 2 they're kind of interchangeable, so I don't know for sure on that one. Anyway, that's my playthrough of the new cups. They came and went very fast. We got through them as soon as they popped up. So, and now we only have 2 left, the Acorn Cup and the Spiny Cup. And then it's up to Nintendo as to whether they ever decide to make more of these. But considering the fact that this has been a tremendous success for them, and everybody seems to be in unanimous agreement that the booster course is amazing, it would not surprise me if they decided to add more cups, which I would be totally down for, because this has been awesome. I have loved pretty much everything. Out of everything that they've added, I mean, there's some of the tour cups that I'm not big on. Like, Paris Promenade is fun, and it'll always hold a special place in my heart as being the first one of the booster pass. And obviously, it was the first one to expose me to the idea of the track switching itself up multiple times between laps. A lot of people hate Sky Garden because of how they translated it from the original. I did not. Mario Circuit 3 is a weird choice. Love everything here. London Loop is fine. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to see if there's anything I outright didn't like. And I don't think so. I mean, except for Mario Circuit 3, but, I mean, that's just, it's hard to, there's not much you can do with those. And I guess it's also Bangkok Rush, I'm still not, some of those turns, when you go up to the subway station, are really, really tight. And Mario Circuit is a fun course, just not one I would have taken over anything else, I think, with Waluigi Stadium. Actually, funny, both times, the middle two in the second cup kind of rubbed me the wrong way. The difference is that, of course, this time the first one was great, whereas in this one, Bangkok Rush was kind of eh. But point is, the worst I've been able to say about a course is that I was disappointed by it or it was fine, but most of the time, this has been very impressive. So hopefully they stick the landing. Also, I mentioned at the beginning of the video there was one course I knew for sure wasn't going to be in it, and it was Rainbow Road, because I saw it was trending on Twitter. And my immediate assumption was that probably means that either means they added it to Wave 5, or they didn't add it and people were pissed about it. And I was talking to someone about it, and they said that it's probably going to be in Wave 6, which obviously tells me that it's not in Wave 5. So hopefully Rainbow Road is going to be in. You should have given me Toad Factory. I love what you did with Movie Highway. I'd love give me Toad Factory. Give it to me. I want it. I don't know why. I don't know what you people have against Toad Factory. Give me Toad Factory. And also, please give me Wii Rainbow Road. You brought back 2 Wii courses this time. You only brought back 1 in Wave 4. And you only brought back 1 in Wave 3. And in fact, you've only brought back 1 in each previous one. So I guess I got lucky this time with getting 2 Wii courses. If you're only going to give me 1 for Wave 6, give me Wii Rainbow Road. If you allow me to, please give me Toad Factory, that'd be great. But yeah, other than that, I guess we'll wrap things up here, and then I'll see you guys whenever Wave 6 comes out. Last year, Wave 3 came out in December to close out the year. And so it'll probably be November or December, because last year's release schedule was March, August, December. This year, it's March, July. So if it's set back by a month, might see it November, might see it December, who knows, but we'll see it before the end of the year. So before the year is up, we will have made our way through the booster pass for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it's insane to think that much time has passed. And then we'll have to see whatever happens in the future for this game. So that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time, and hope you catch you all soon for whatever it is you decide to watch next. Goodbye.